Don't bother me. Kurt Angle.
We got to start this up right.
Squad. 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 Cash flow. RNC.
Cash flow.
RNC. Cash flow. RNC. Cash flow. RNC.
How about that dollar,
Flow.
dollar,
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 RNC.
Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm a big deal. You other dudes are small time base. Cause we so great. Waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. In that ghetto strong style. Say you waiting for my fall. You gonna wait a while. Be the king of the game. In that ghetto strong style. How about that dollar, 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 dollar. 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 Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Cause if it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. I'm filthy rich. Ooh, I love this money. I could probably buy you out or pay someone to screw you. Best believe it, I want problems. Ooh, I bet I'll stop and put a place up on your head. Then I push you in my wallet. So watch it, don't start it. Don't come around with that nonsense. I'll take you out of that garbage. Hit your face with that drop. You nada, you nothing. Boy, stay in your lane. Then you going for $1,000. I'ma smack you till you change.
You already know the vibes, man. Shout out to my boy Ken Broadway,
You ain't
MBK,
trying to get rich.
Matt Travis, for my bro
Worry about
always,
this money
baby.
like we are. Let's get
Squad.
about that way.
Cash flow. RNC. Cash flow. RNC. Cash flow. RNC. Cash flow.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know the vibes, baby. It's your boy, the WildKat, J. Troy. Here with the WildKat Wrestling Wrap-Up on WEMS Radio. Your boy is back. Your boy had to take a little week hiatus off, but he's back. And in that span of time, there was a lot of things that happened in the pro wrestling world. We had Revolution. We have upcoming pay-per-view. We had Goldberg becoming Universal Champion, and I'm disgusted about that. There's a lot of things that has happened between the last show up until this show, okay? So, let's get right into it because we got a lot to cover. AEW Revolution. Actually, AEW. Wow, that sounds old school WCW-esque. But anyway, AEW Revolution. Solid show. I went to the bar, actually, and watched the show. Shout out to the Jabba Tears podcast. They always put on these live viewing parties with AEW and WWE. I've been going for, some years now. And they always throw great viewing parties. We went to, I do believe it was Playwright Bar. They usually have it at Legends Bar, but this time they had it at Playwright. Great show. This is always just a great atmosphere. Wrestling fans just coming together, and we're just watching pro wrestling. We're just coming together to watch what we all love. And whenever we go to these events, like, the energy is just so great. Nobody comes there. There's never problems. There's never fights. You got to worry about that. Even though we're at a bar, we're all happy to be in an environment where it's just like we're not being judged and we're all got the same common love, which is pro wrestling. But AEW Revolution. It was a great show, solid show. Actually, it was something great to watch because coming off of the Saudi Arabia show, Super Showdown, that was a debacle. We had to deal with The Fiend, losing his first match to Goldberg, and to wash off the stench of bad wrestling, we got AEW Revolution. Everybody knows who's been watching this show and listening to this show knows I've been very extra hard on AEW because I felt like their product went down a little bit. You know, they started off good, they went down, but recently they came back up. I'm liking what I've been seeing these past few weeks, and the show was great. You know, I can't run down the entire show because one, I really don't do that. This is not that style of radio show. But I would like to talk about my two favorite matches. The Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara match. That was one of them. Sammy Guevara, ever since Double or Nothing, what I watched last year, that was the first time I ever saw Sammy Guevara. And I was always high on this guy. And when I watched that show Double or Nothing last year, the thing with me, a lot of people was talking about, you know, Kenny Omega, Jericho, and all the people that was Mox and all that stuff. But like when it came to like wrestler-wise, like match-wise, and this was before Sammy Guevara became a thing because ever since he joined up with Jericho, he got that rub. He got a little bit more eyes on him. But when I first saw him wrestle, there was something about Sammy Guevara that I connected with. I like this kid. He has a bright future. You know, I feel like he could play a babyface. I feel like he could play both roles, but he's doing great now, you know, being in the circle. Continue to get that rub from Jericho because it's damn sure is working. But when it comes to Darby Allin as well, these are two guys that I like as far as like wrestling wise. Too exciting. They'll put everything out there. You got the high flying with Sammy Guevara. You got the high flying from Darby Allin. And this was just a great match, man. It was just from start to finish, literally. I don't think Sammy Guevara was outside the ring, and I think Darby Allin didn't even have his coat. He didn't even take his coat off. He just suicide dived out the ring, and like that was it. The match was just started from then and there. Like it was just great, fast-paced action from start. It was great. I love this match. And Darby Allin picked up the win. This was out of the two people that was in this match. I mean, hey. I feel like neither one of them could really lose and like afford a loss, but I feel like it would have hurt Darby Allin more if he lost this match between Sammy Guevara and him. But you know, it was just a great match. Sammy Guevara, he doesn't lose too much from this. He had a great showing. The spots with him going through the table and like it was just a great, phenomenal match, man. I definitely gave this 4 out of 5. Definitely had my attention from start to finish. The other match I want to talk about. No, it's not the tag team match. No. And I'll get to the tag team match. I'll get amplified on that match a little bit later, a little bit shortly. Actually, a little bit later. Okay, what the hell am I saying right now? But anyway, Pac versus Orange Cassidy, right? That was my second favorite match. Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Now, everybody just knows Orange Cassidy as the guy that just throws the kicks, you know, the little soft kicks. The putting on the glasses, the guy that looks like Solid Monster, the guy that doesn't like to wrestle. He's the wrestler that doesn't like to really wrestle, even though he does suicide dives and kip ups and stuff. But he really doesn't like to wrestle a lot. But you know, he was fighting Pac, and you know everybody knows Pac as Neville. If you never watched AEW, but that's his name now. Well, it's actually Pac. People call him Pac. But I like to call him Pac because he's around the Tupac. But this match was great. It told a great story to me in that it was about like 10 minutes. It wasn't that long of a match, but the timing was perfect. They didn't stay in there too long. It wasn't too short. Orange Cassidy definitely got his spots in. He was getting beat up by Pac the whole match. And then he had a lot of moments in this match where it looks like Orange Cassidy was going to win. They told a believable story in there. I loved it. This was like the first time I really saw Orange Cassidy like do some stuff in there, because you know I'm not one of those wrestling people out there that pretends like, hey, I know everything about the business. There's a lot of these people out there that pretend like they know everything about the business, know everything about every wrestler. They know how to say certain words to disguise themselves. But no, I'm gonna keep it 100% honest. I saw a little bit of Orange Cassidy of him on the indies, but the most I've seen of him was the little clown kicks that he would throw. But from what I seen in this match, it was just great, man. I just want to see more of Orange Cassidy, more of him in longer matches. I mean, he can still have the comedy spots, but I definitely want to see more matches with him getting down and dirty in that ring. The high spots, jumping off the top turnbuckle, flying outside the ring, because he can do it. And he can do it with ease. He can do it with ease. That's the thing, man. It was such a great match, man. I love those two matches, the Darby Allin Sammy and Sammy Guevara. And the Pac and Orange Cassidy match was my two favorite matches of the night, to me. Now going on to the tag team match, because a lot of people kept saying that this was the match of the night. This was the Young Bucks versus Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. And the whole time going into this match, even after the match, was if Hangman Page was going to turn heel. Is he going to turn on Kenny Omega? Is he going to turn, like, completely turn heel? Because there's been teases on the last Dynamite, you know, they've been slow burning this heel turn between Hangman and Kenny Omega. And to me, it's just, listen, the Young Bucks, a solid tag team. You know, a lot of people call them the best tag team in the business, but everybody knows who I think is the best tag team in the business, and it's not because they're my family. I'm just saying. It just seemed like every time these they have these Young Buck matches, they're just not realistic. And it's the same reason why I like Johnny Gargano, but there's times when I'm watching a Johnny Gargano match where it's just like, all right, the kickouts, there was mad finishes in this match, people throwing their finishes left and right, people going through all this, and kick out. If you kick out of a crazy spot once, okay. Twice, you're pushing it. 3 times, you're tripping. Because it's just this when the match begins to not be as believable. Like, come on, you taking all these tag team finishes and you just kicking out. It devalues, 1, the finisher, and 2, it's just like it's not realistic. The same thing with Johnny Gargano matches. You can shoot, well, nobody's really shot Johnny Gargano, but in his matches, you can damn near shoot the guy and he's going to kick out at 2. It takes away the believability of the match and the finisher. It devalues your finisher. If your finisher can't finish the guy off, you have to hit it by like 5-6 times for you to finish him off. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But, as I digress, getting back to this particular match, it was just too much, man. It was just too much. And the match was too damn long. Too damn long. They could have shaved like a good 10 minutes off of that match. I think it was about 30 plus minutes. If it wasn't 30 plus minutes, it felt like 30 plus minutes. But I feel like they could have shaved off like 10 minutes of that match. Because I was just sitting there in the bar and it was just like, okay, all right, when is this going to be over? Because it's just like, at that point, I didn't really care who was going to be the tag team champions. I didn't even really care. Now, Kenny Omega, he had a great showing. And I just need Kenny Omega to become Kenny Omega again and be the singles guy. Because he had a great showing in there. And Hangman as well. You know, I'm not going to totally just, crap on his match. There was bright spots in there. I like the Kenny Omega showing because at one point he was just all over in that match. Hangman too at the end. Don't be surprised if the Young Bucks and Hangman turn on Kenny Omega because a lot of people thinking it's just a lot of people just thinking that Hangman is just going to walk past. Not walk past. A lot of people is going to be thinking that Hangman is going to be. They could just have Hangman walking away, but we shall see. But anyway, but they retained and that's it. Cody Rhodes neck tattoo. What the hell was you thinking, my brother? Cody Rhodes. Now he could have had that very same tattoo. He could have put it on his leg. He could have put it on his arm, his forearm, his right here. Like he could have put it, and it's just boom, and it's just right there. It's I feel like I would have liked it more if it was in a different spot because it's just right there. Like he wears a suit if he's trying to look like. Now this is not a complete shocker. We knew for months that Matt Hardy was leaving the WWE and most likely he was going to be signing with All Elite Wrestling. And a lot of people is just assuming that he's going to be with the Dark Order. Hey, I'm with it because that's going to bring way more attention to the Dark Order. The thing with the Dark Order is that they got the pieces, right? They got the pieces there. They got the followers. They got all these people there. But they need that one guy that's going to take it to the next level. That one person is broken Matt Hardy. He can do this. And Matt Hardy is such a genius because how they did him the last few weeks in his WWE contract, they had Matt Hardy get destroyed by Randy Orton. Matt Hardy is such a genius because he took what happened to him on WWE, and made it seem like he was rebroken again. And that's going to transition him to AEW. So he took what crap that WWE gave him his last few weeks, and he turned that to the storyline leading him into AEW. That's the genius that you need to have on your team. Matt Hardy, he's a genius. And if he joins the Dark Order is going to be one of the hottest things, if not the hottest things in AEW. Mark my words. Because this man is a genius. You know how many Dark Order fans there's going to be if Broken Matt Hardy is their leader? Boy, I can't wait for that. A lot of people expect him to show up on Dynamite, but he didn't. And, Jake the Snake show up, and him and Cody Rhodes had a little, promo segment. That was great. Jake the Snake still has it, and he has a client. We don't know who his client is, but we shall see. And congratulations to Jon Moxley, who became the AEW World Heavyweight Champion this Sunday. He defeated Chris Jericho. I mean, that wasn't a shocker either. But it was good to see Mox, what he came from in WWE last year up until now is freaking night and day. I mean, he was jobbing to EC3. And where the hell is EC3 now? No shade to EC3 because I love EC3, and what WWE has done to EC3 is an absolute crime. But just losing to EC3 last year up until now, he's the world champion of AEW, man. It's just a great, and this is not just a hole in the wall company. They're on national TV. He's a world champion and a big company. So congratulations to Mox for that, man. So WWE, man. WWE. Where do I start? Where do I freaking start? Oh, God. Ricochet. And I'm about to get amplified on Vince McMahon's ass right now because it's reported multiple sources. Okay, I've seen this countless times that Vince McMahon has given up on Ricochet. We've seen this man give up on Shinsuke Nakamura, Sami Zayn, Cedric Alexander, Cesaro. So many people. Asuka. I feel like he's giving up on Asuka. Look what the hell happened to Kairi Sane. Ricochet. We're going to add Ricochet to that list of names. Unless they swerve us with having these losses that happen to Ricochet become a storyline, which I would be surprised. If Vince McMahon has given up on Ricochet, just last Thursday, he fought Brock Lesnar. He got squashed in under 2 minutes to Brock Lesnar. But he was fighting for the WWE title. He lost in under 2 minutes. Then on Monday Night Raw, he loses clean to Riddick Moss. Who the freak is that? He didn't even lose to Mojo Rawley. And I'm still, I'm a Mojo. Everybody knows I'm a Mojo fan. But this is freaking Ricochet. If not the most athletically gifted male wrestler today. This man can do things that a lot of parkour athletes can't do. Natural athlete, front flips, back flips, somersaults, flying. I've seen this man on NXT jump out of the ring, flip, and land on his feet clean without no stumbling, without no fumbling. This guy can tell a story in the ring, but the thing that Ricochet does lack is the mic skills. But people who lack good mic skills, you can easily put a manager on him. Vince McMahon has given up on Ricochet. This is an absolute crime if this is true, because we got to see what happens in the next couple of weeks to see if this is actually true. This pisses me off because Ricochet should not be buried. Ricochet should not be in a 24/7 title match. Hell, okay, you put him in the match, but he loses to not even somebody with credibility. He loses to freaking Riddick Moss. This is the best you got for Ricochet. This is the best you have for Ricochet. This pisses me off because you have one of the best wrestlers today in your company, and you add him to the list of people that you've given up on. This is BS. Ricochet. And for what? You give up on him for what? Triple H. If you have any power in any way of getting superstars, like just grabbing people back to NXT, save this man's career before he turns out like an EC3. Because I will hate to see Ricochet fall under the same category as Cesaro, Nakamura, all these people, all these athletically gifted wrestlers. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm not liking this at all. I'm not liking this at all because this man Ricochet by now should have held multiple championships. He didn't have to be a world champion just yet. Have some time for that. He should have been in better storylines. But you give up on Ricochet. Ricochet. Wow. Wow. Do you know what you have sitting in your freaking hands? But you know what? This is the same person that gave up on Nakamura. The same person that gave up on Sami Zayn. The same person that gave up on Cesaro. Rusev. I don't know. But Vince McMahon is also not a fan of Shayna Baszler. She had a match with Kairi Sane this week, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. Don't be surprised if Becky Lynch retains the championship at WrestleMania. Because this Elimination Chamber match, we know with the women, like, I'll get to that in a second. You know what? I'll get to that in a second. But Vince McMahon was not a big fan of the match that she had with Kairi Sane, and I wasn't either. This is not the Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler we watched in the Mae Young Classic. And you should have known that because it's a difference between NXT wrestling and the main roster wrestling. Vince likes to water down your arsenal and everything. You can't do stuff. You can't showcase certain skills that you usually can do. But just seeing this was sad for Kairi Sane like me, Kairi Sane fan like me. This was hard to watch. And then Golden Kairi Sane got mauled in that match. She got choked out, and then she got re-choked out afterwards. This is the same woman that beat Shayna Baszler clean. And you have Kairi Sane look like a jobber. People that just, oh man. Aleister freaking Black loses. His first loss to AJ Styles. Now, everybody knows how much I love AJ Styles, right? AJ Styles, the future GOAT. But Aleister Black has been built up as this badass for the last, I guess, couple months. They really started using him more on TV. And you have his first loss. Now, he did have to run through two other people. He had to fight Gallows and Anderson and all that stuff. And then he fought AJ Styles and all that. But you build up Aleister Black as this badass that can take out somebody in seconds. He loses he has his first loss, not even in a rivalry that's his, really. He was used as a stepping stone in the AJ Styles Undertaker WrestleMania build. You take Aleister Black and you use him as a stepping stone? Wow! It just gets worse. It just gets worse. And this is, the crazy thing is, let me say this right now. Out of all, I haven't been this uninterested in a WrestleMania in years. Probably like the last one was WrestleMania 32, and that's because everybody was injured around that time. And we knew that Roman Reigns was going to beat Triple H in the main event. So that was a pretty, uninspiring WrestleMania. We did get the Rock and Rowan Classic. But, what is going on, man? Aleister Black, who should be in a key marquee storyline heading into WrestleMania, you use him as a stepping stone, and for what? You don't even got any plans for him. What are you going to throw him in Andre the Giant Battle Royal? He's going to be thrown in Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You have nothing for Aleister Black. Because I don't think he's going to be in the U.S. title picture. Whew. It just gets worse. It just gets worse. I'm not high on this Undertaker AJ Styles rivalry. I'm not on it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Oh man, I'm not with it. If this was like a couple years ago, when AJ Styles first came, and I would like a face AJ Styles versus a face Undertaker. I don't like this heel AJ Styles versus Undertaker because you already know Undertaker's gonna win this match, and it's just like when AJ Styles was the WWE champion, he held it for like a year plus. AJ Styles was being booked better then. AJ Styles versus Undertaker, yes, I would be a little bit more intrigued, but how AJ Styles been booked for the last year, his stock has dropped. And no shade because I love AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but his stock has dropped. I'm gonna say it, but that's because of how WWE's booked him. It's not me saying he's a bad wrestler. It's just how he's being booked. I'm just not a fan of this. Congratulations to the Street Profits becoming tag team champions. They beat Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. I'm gonna see a rematch this Sunday at Elimination Chamber. I'll get more into that later when I do my predictions. And Rowan Spider. So for these past few months, Rowan has had this cage in his hand with the cover over it, and he's trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out what the hell is in this cage. This thing has spit blood on people. Rowan is protective over this spider. Well, it was a spider. Well, we didn't know what it was. Protective over this thing. And it turned out to be a freaking toy spider. A big old tarantula. So we've been trying to figure out what's been in this cage for months. And just this random segment backstage with No Way Jose, who he's beat up countless times. And No Way Jose was like, come on, big man. Just let me see what's in the cage. Okay, you want to see it? Pulls it out, and it's a toy spider. This is just showing that the company just doesn't know what they're doing right now. They make all these plans, and they don't know what to do after a while. This is one of the most uninspiring road to WrestleManias ever. Because of where is the payoff? Where are the storylines that we really care about for the payoff? Now, the only one we really care about is Drew, maybe. Because we really want to see Drew with that title. But other than that, do we really care about Goldberg and Roman? Do we care about freaking Becky and Shayna? Because I sure as hell don't. And what the hell they doing with Becky Lynch, man? They making her to a knockoff Conor McGregor, and I'm just not with that. I'm just not with it. Yeah, so on that note, we're gonna take a quick little break, and yeah, cause I need to regroup for a second, cause all this stuff is getting me re-amplified, and yeah, so I got the Elimination Chamber predictions coming up. We have some SmackDown stuff, and I got some few more topics that I would like to talk about. So we'll be right back with the WildKat Wrestling wrap up on WEMS Radio. Shout out to my boy Aaron Knight. I mean, I was just listening to the song before the show, but I just said, hell, let me just throw this on right quick.
Able to plug.
I'm a big money nigga.
I got big money, boy, I got guap. I ain't wait for no hoe on no guap. Niggas run up on me, he getting shot. Niggas run up on me, he getting popped. I'm a big money nigga. Load a bag on the bitch. I'm a big money nigga. Load a bag on the bitch. I ain't tryna flex, I'm just tryna maintain. I know mad pussy niggas screaming gang gang. But don't get it twisted, my nigga, we not the same. Fuck a Uber, I just had my bitch drop the range. All white, windows tinted, that's how I play. I'm a Queens nigga, but I'm good in LA. Shorty meet the kid, she tell her friends that I'm gay. I eat the box so good, she think that I'm gay. I be making boss moves, bring the cameras out. Levels to the shit, you ain't fucking with me now. Treat you like a dog, I might have to put you down. Always had the drip, I was never in a drought. I got big money, boy, I got guap. I ain't wait for no hoe on no guap. Niggas run up on me, he getting shot. Niggas run up on me, he getting popped. I'm a big money nigga. Got a bag on the bitch. I'm a big money nigga. Got a bag on your bitch. Congratulations, these niggas hate, had to work my way up from the basement. If you see me with some hitters, that's my day ones. No new friends, I just got the same ones. I got a new bitch, I think she stupid. The way she put it on me, I swear that pussy ruthless. The way she give me brain, I thought that bitch was toothless. Had to knock a nigga out and now he toothless. They know about me in my city, I'm the man. Got $100,000 in my hand. What you need? I got work, I got grams. I fuck a bitch, I take away all her cramps. I got big money, boy, I got guap. I ain't wait for no hoe on no guap. Niggas run up on me, he getting shot. Niggas run up on
wasn't Ren's pattern this.
Yo, we got one more song right quick, yo. Shout out to my man Joey Nato and Dame Drops for this. Now everybody knows me. I do snack reviews on YouTube, man. Like I've been doing snack reviews for a minute, but Dame Drops was the guy that inspired me to do full reviews and see snacks and everything. So just a couple weeks ago, they came out with a music video called The 10 Snack Commandment. And for all the snack heads out there, man, yo, this is just like, if you into snacks, like you can relate to all the stuff that they were saying in here. And they say one line in the beginning of this video saying that C Snacks is the king of snacks. I'm coming for the crown. If he's the king, I'm damn sure the prince. I'm coming for the king crown, C Snacks. But this is a fire song to me. Like I mess with that. So here's the 10 Snacks Commandment by Joey Nato and Dame Drops.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Nato.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Dame. Let's go.
Woo! Oh my goodness, Nato, what's good,
Yeah.
man? Holla at your boy, man. What up?
Man, we're just looking for some snacks, you know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I've been doing food reviews for so long.
That's true.
Rocking my boy C Snacks, the snack king of YouTube, man. What you think about that dude?
Man, C Snacks is the king of snacks, man. This is for him right here.
Yeah.
You know?
Now let's talk about it. Oh.
I've been in this game for years. It turned me to a savage. Invite me to your house. All I care is where the snacks is.
Buy so many snacks, I gotta write it on my taxes.
Real snack kid, I got crumbs on my mattress.
But I got commandments to never forget. I recommend to crack a coke and do the step by step.
Oh yes, this is how it goes overall like a onesie. Trust me, this is from the master of the munchies.
Rule number 1 when it comes to the snacks. In your crib, at your home, have your cabinet packed.
I'm talking top to bottom, have them all so stacked.
Then when you open up the door, then they all collapse.
Rule number 2, hey, cheat day is every day. Spend cake on cake the second that you're getting paid.
Try a couple lemon flavor snacks with some lemonade.
That's how I prefer to get my vitamin C anyway.
Rule number 3 should be 1, to be honest. Always have a snack that can fit up in your pockets.
You're
Nuts if you don't. Payday cashews.
Don't get it confused, man, the power bar counts too.
Rule number 4, what's a snack without a drink? Make sure to pair them up like a Bluetooth sync. If I'm eating something salty, I need the soda on me.
Oh, you want some? Well, there's no more, I'm sorry.
Rule number 5, don't eat chips in a quiet place.
Why? Cause your friends will come swarming like a quiet place. Oh, is that the new flavor? That's something I gotta taste.
I'ma say this nicely. Get the hell up out my
Damn,
face.
6. This is for my workers and the students in the mix. It's okay to share if your peers wanna fix.
But only if you gotta back up, that's the trick.
Yeah, you gotta share the decoy, you gotta be slick.
Number 7, no paying for the theater snacks. If you're with your woman, have her sneak it in the bag.
Unless you're getting popcorn, cause everybody knows. Man, that's the best movie snack, it's not even close.
Rule number 8, this is crucial for sure.
What?
Enjoy lunch and dinner, but leave room for dessert.
Always.
More for the pasta, chicken and steak.
Certainly, but I ain't truly satisfied till I have something sugary.
Number 9,
What?
a lot of people don't do.
What? I don't know why, probably cause it's old school, maybe.
Number 9 is eat your cookies with some milk.
Look, if you ain't dipping for your chewing, then you missing that for real.
Ooh, number 10 is what we all abide by. Always get high off your own supply.
That's right.
Man, I don't think that there's a snack out there I'm not seeing.
My snack game cold.
I ain't talking ice cream,
Candies, cookies, cake pie, chips.
sunflower seeds,
Uh-huh.
Twinkies and goldfish.
Man, I have any snack that exists on this planet.
Fresh, fried, and crispy.
10 Snack Commandments. Bars, baby. That is some hot fire right there, son. That is some hot fire right there, man. That song is so freaking awesome to me. I love this. Me being a snack head, man, can relate so much. So, your boy's back from his musical break. This is the WildKat Wrestling Wrap-Up on WEMS Radio with your boy, the WildKat, J. Troy. Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is this Sunday, and this is the last stop. This is the final stop. That's it. On the road to WrestleMania. And after looking at this particular card, what I'm seeing right here, wow. What match am I looking forward to the most? Probably the tag team title match? I don't know. But this is just, I mean, I'm watching, of course, but anyway, let's start the predictions, shall we? Natalya versus Liv versus Shayna Baszler versus Asuka versus Ruby versus Sarah Logan. Women's Elimination Chamber match to determine who's fighting Becky McGregor. Becky McGregor at WrestleMania. Is anybody really like, like confused or like really wondering who's really gonna win this match. It's obvious that they made this so to look Shayna look dominant and her taking out everybody. There's one more way they can make this interesting. Because I feel like on the main roster, Shayna Baszler's not going to carry over like she did in NXT. That's just my prediction. And a lot of people's going to be like, oh my God, how's Vince? I feel like Vince is going to give up on Shayna Baszler. But that's not my beef with Shayna Baszler getting in the title picture. My beef from the beginning is that she just had an NXT championship that she held for a year plus, beating Asuka's record. And a lot of people want her to see her hold another championship. It's just like, bruh, she held a championship for mad long. Why don't y'all want to see other people in that spotlight? Have somebody else take her out. She just held the championship. Why do you want to put another belt on her? And I feel like the right person to beat Becky for this title is not Shayna Baszler. It's Ronda Rousey. They have unfinished business. The only way they can make this interesting to make a better storyline for Ronda Rousey as well. I would have Ronda Rousey take out Shayna Baszler. I would have Ronda take out Shayna Baszler, and she take her spot. We'll play the whole mystery thing, right? Shayna Baszler's getting taken out by somebody, and they have Ronda Rousey in her place. And then that can lead for Shayna Baszler's return. Then you got Shayna versus Ronda. But I feel like the right person to take that belt off of Becky McGregor is Ronda Rousey. It's not Shayna Baszler, man. And I'm just got away from a Shayna Baszler title reign. I'm not ready for another one. I don't get why so many people is getting a hard on by freaking Shayna Baszler holding this Raw title. But I don't think Vince McMahon is going to be that big of a fan of Shayna anyway. I just feel it. But as of now, if nothing happens, if everybody makes it to the ring, Shayna Baszler, that's my prediction. Okay. Miz and Morrison versus The New Day versus Heavy Machinery versus Rudolph versus them Thugs, Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Utas, Day One Ish. That is me, baby. My family right there. Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Oos. Tag team titles, elimination chamber match. I'm torn. You know me. That's my family right there. Of course, I'm going to rock with my fam. That's who I want to win, but I feel like it's going to come down to Miz and Morrison and my family, them Thug, Uzo, Jimmy Thug, Uche Thug, Oos. And I feel like Miz and Morrison's going to find a way to retain the championships. But I think come WrestleMania time, if they don't do a multi-team thing like they might do, I see the Usos fighting Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania and getting the championship win in Florida. You know, because everybody knows that, that's where the Usos, they're actually from Pensacola, but, Florida, still their territory. So that's what I think. So Miz and Morrison's retaining. We got the IC title handicap match that is Braun versus Nakamura versus Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. They made this match last week on SmackDown, and it was supposed to be a contract signing between Nakamura and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was just like, I'm going to sign the contract first. And I already know I'm going to have to fight all three of y'all at the same time. So, it's whatever. So Sami Zayn outsmarted him and was just like, you know what? You say you can beat all three of us at the same time? I'm going to write they signed their three names, and that's how this became a handicap match. So basically suckered him in. And I do see Braun Strowman retaining the championship because I think if you want to do something right at WrestleMania, if you want to give me a match that I'm going to care about, I want to see Sheamus versus Braun Strowman street fight. I don't want to see no rule. Like, I want like a no disqualification. Give me a street fight, falls count anywhere, no holds barred. I don't care how you want to freaking call this. A Pensacola, Florida, Tampa, Orlando parking lot brawl, whatever y'all want to freaking name it. I want to see them in like a hardcore Extreme Rules style match. So I got Braun Strowman retaining. The big match at WrestleMania time, I want to see a one-on-one match between Braun Strowman and Sheamus. And Sheamus, I want to see Sheamus get that Grand Slam championship win. So, yeah, as we move on, we have the Street Profits, the newly crowned Raw Tag Team Champions versus Rollins and Murphy This is a tag team title rematch for Monday Night Raw. I do see the Street Profits retaining. My one beef. Okay, now I said congratulations. And I just remember this as I was reading this. One of my big problems with WWE, and it's so annoying. So annoying. I'm happy for the Street Profits. If this match happened for the first time, I mean, I was going to always root for the Street Profits because they're one of the best tag teams in WWE. Most exciting, hands down. Why couldn't y'all just wait 6 more days? Why couldn't y'all just wait 6 more days to crown them? It is so annoying that WWE does these title changes days. Not weeks, not 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you're pushing it. But they do it 6 days before these pay-per-views. For what? Why can't you have the big crowning moment at the pay-per-view? This will make the pay-per-views feel more special. Why couldn't y'all just build it up? Hell, I could have even went for like a non-title match and Street Profits somehow get like a roll-up win, something. And then you can, some way to build this up. But you have this, they have these champions go in and they lose the belts 6 days before the big event. For what? For what? I don't get, what is WWE's logic from doing that? Because all you're doing is devaluing the pay-per-view. Now we're going to see a rematch at the pay-per-view. Now I'm praying that the Street Profits do retain because I don't want to see hot potato with these championships because one, the Street Profits are a legit tag team and you can have them feud with, oh God, Raw's tag team division is just so, Gallows and Anderson, they've been booked into look like clowns. You have heavy machinery on SmackDown. Heavy Viking Raiders. So, whoop. Well, you have Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Yeah, that tag team division is type dead. Oh, you can have Humberto and not Humberto, Andrade and Garza become. There's some tag teams, but I don't know. But all I want to see right now is the Street Profits retaining this. But WWE needs to chill out with having these champions lose the belts 6 days before the pay-per-views, or like on SmackDown was like 2 days before like why? I really don't understand the logic because you could have just had this big crowning moment at the show. So Street Profits, my prediction. AJ Styles versus Aleister Black, no disqualification. I'm going for Aleister Black with the Undertaker's interference. Undertaker's going to respond to AJ Styles again. And the gong is probably going to go off. I don't think Undertaker's really going to show up. I think the gong is going to go out the lights, maybe. You might see some smoke, some fog or whatever. But I do see AJ Styles getting distracted. And boom, Black Mass. AJ Styles loses. But Aleister Black gets his win back. But as I'm just... as you can see, the tone of my voice just gone down. Because I'm just going through this, and this is just depressing. This is just depressing. The state of WWE doesn't... It's hard for me as a wrestling fan. It's hard for me as a wrestling fan. Andrade versus Humberto for the U.S. title. Humberto's going to finally get his crowning moment because I think Vince McMahon likes Angel Garza. And Angel Garza is a star. A lot of people keep saying he's like this generation's Eddie Guerrero. He does have some Eddie vibes. I spoke about it on like the last 2 shows. He do got the Eddie vibes. I give it to him on that. But this I do see Humberto getting the title off of Andrade, and then like they can have Humberto versus Garza for the U.S. title. But I think at WrestleMania you can incorporate all 4 of those men that's been in this rivalry in a fatal 4-way match. You can have Humberto walk into WrestleMania as champion, and I would put the strap on Angel Garza. Like I would have like a fatal 4-way. I would have Andrade versus Rey Mysterio versus Humberto, who's the champion, and versus Angel Garza. And I will have Angel just have this be a one-on-one match for the U.S. title. after seeing the tag team match and seeing how all four of these men have worked together, how would it be if all four of these men was going at it against Angel Garza U.S. title? Then this is a match that I can see on a pre-show. Gabba Gulak, Drew Gulak versus Daniel Bryan. I'm not going to go over this. It's a joke of a champion. Not a joke of a champion. A joke of a pay-per-view. Excuse my language when I say that. So that's Elimination Chamber. Did it get you pumped? Did it get you excited for the road to WrestleMania? There is no Universal title match. I don't know. But this is a very uninspiring pay-per-view. But I'll check it out. We shall see. SmackDown preview came out. Lights went out, and then John Cena was on top of the stage. Now it was a cool moment with the panning of the camera positioning and everything, and John Cena just looking like he saw a ghost. You could tell John Cena's been doing a lot of acting. I mean, John Cena was always good with storytelling, but you could tell John Cena was doing a lot of acting lately because his acting came into this. He was perfect in this particular segment to sell it. Camera did great because they did a slow pan to the side and he sees the Fiend standing right there. This match would have been great if it was for the Universal Championship. My beef with the whole Goldberg and Roman Reigns thing is that it didn't need a championship. The match sells itself. Spear versus spear. The old generation versus the new generation. We know Roman Reigns is going to win. I feel like this should have been for the Universal title because it told the story, you know. Bray Wyatt avenging that WrestleMania 30 loss, and then John Cena could go for his 17th world title. But I still would have had The Fiend retain the championship. Regardless, going into WrestleMania, I think The Fiend should win. Praying to God that The Fiend is going to win this championship. No, not win this championship, win this match. The hell am I saying right now? Firefly Funhouse tonight, so this should be interesting. You know, John Cena's, I don't expect him to show up tonight, but there's going to be a Firefly Funhouse to sell the WrestleMania match. There's a tag team gauntlet to determine the last spot in Elimination Chamber. So all the tag teams that I mentioned earlier that are fighting in the chamber is going to fight in a gauntlet. I think, some reason, I feel like Miz and Morrison's going to win this. They're gonna win this gauntlet. Yeah, because the Usos got the championship, got the win last week over the champions, and I don't think they would have the champions look weak 2 weeks in a row. But this is WWE, you never know. We got a moment of bliss with the NWO, who's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that should be an interesting segment. And then we have a rematch tonight with Sasha and Bayley versus Trent and Lacey Evans, the Southern Belle. And I do think that this match is going to be 50-50 booking at its finest. I do see Sasha and Bayley getting the win over Naomi and Lacey Evans, and that's about it. That is your SmackDown preview. Okay? Are you excited? Are you freaking excited? This is the last show before we go into Elimination Chamber. Did it get you thrilled? Didn't get me thrilled. Oh, yowie freaking wowie. Hall of Fame. I got some minutes left. Batista, the NWO, the Bellas, and Bradshaw is going into the 2020 Hall of Fame. And I feel like this is a great class that's looking, it's looking pretty stacked so far. I can't wait to hear a lot of these stories, especially Bradshaw. I feel like Bradshaw and the guys like the NWO always had those interesting road stories that you want to hear about. So I'm like kind of curious with their speeches and everything. Who's gonna induct Batista? Maybe like Ric Flair. I can see Ric Flair or Triple H. Bradshaw, Farouk, Ron Simmons. I can see that. NWO is interesting to me. Who would induct the NWO? Eric Bischoff. Oh, that would be interesting. Eric Bischoff. Yeah, I would have Eric Bischoff induct them. The Bellas, who we got? Daniel Bryan. Probably gonna have Daniel Bryan. But I'm liking this class so far. I can't wait to see the Hall of Fame. It's gonna be a great show, man. It's a great Hall of Fame show. That's probably gonna be like the most thing that I'm gonna be interested going interested in going into WrestleMania weekend. It's the Hall of Fame and hearing those speeches and everything, man. And so that is, listen, the state of professional wrestling, man. The state of professional. Well, actually, AEW and NXT have been holding me down when it comes to wrestling. Like Raw and SmackDown is just like the booking all over. Like the main show is just so all over. The booking is just so erratic and irrational, and it's just like they have these people built up, and then it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, we're up here, we don't know what to do, and then they just forget about them, and then they just go down. Like Aleister Black losing just simplistically on Monday Night Raw is just like, bruh. The Spider thing with Eric Rowan, bruh. The Fiend losing to Goldberg, bruh. WrestleMania, bro. I just don't know, man. This is just so uninspiring for me. This WrestleMania, oh my God, this WrestleMania. It is, I don't know what to say, man. It's the state of professional wrestling on the WWE side. Oh, I don't know, man. I just hope that this just gets better. This just needs to get better. After WrestleMania goes off, like we really need a reboot. We need another draft. We could do another draft. We need to shake things up for real. We need to shake it up. We need to shake it up, and we need a full reboot creative-wise. We need a reset, like, because SmackDown is just like, I mean, I'll watch it, but SmackDown is pretty bad. The only time I really get excited is when I see my family, the Usos, come out there. But SmackDown has just been pretty bad. This is not the SmackDown on Fox. You know what? This is the same company that came out and was it last year, like 2 years ago, saying that we are the authority and you're gonna get what you want and we listen to you. This is the same company. I don't know, man, but I'm gonna wrap this up because my tone is just like it's dying down and I refuse to carry on with a dead show. So this is the WildKat Wrestling Wrap-Up, or WEMS Radio, with your boy, the WildKat, J. Troy. Let's pray. Let's pray to the man upstairs that this company comes back and turns it around, because this is just straight depressing. But I'm going to leave off with my boy, Bossy. I'm actually gonna play a couple songs. So I'm gonna play "I Need Your Love" by my boy Bossy Jackson. You know the vibes, man. This is your boy the WildKat J. Troy, and I'm out.
Yo, it's DJ AD, and I'm about to deliver y'all that wavy tune. It's fucking fire. This shit is lit. This shit about to make everybody in the room go crazy. This shit for the ladies. Yo, boss, sing for them now. La 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 la.